Hello, everybody. Hello. It's 7 o'clock. It is Christy. Welcome on in, everybody. If you're watching this part, it is probably the replay. Please tell me you are here, where you're from, and how you found me. Today, I am doing just a regular, normal crafting day, except I'm in a page hop, and it's Christmas in July, and we are doing a very special journal today. Obviously, I've had to prep a little bit for this particular day because we all know journals are very detailed and they take a little bit. It's a lot of time. But hello, Lori. Welcome on in. But I did a little prep work and we're still going to go over everything in the journal and we're still going to go over different techniques. I have a list. This is going to be a sewing journal. So hopefully you guys will be okay with that. If not, there's other ways that you can definitely do this. Hello, Terry. How are you? So if you guys have these Amazon packages come in with these little mailers, you definitely want to keep them because they can turn into some beautiful things. I've seen lots of people craft with these and the stuff is amazing. So come on in, everybody. Join me. There's my Kimmy, my napkin queen, and my Terry. So I want to thank Kimmy for inviting me to this wonderful event. Hi, Peggy. Howdy. The event has been wonderful. If you guys missed any of it, just go to my page. There is everybody that was in the event today is posted on the flyer. I am the last presenter, so there's nobody after me. I'm the caboose tonight. So I'm just going to kind of go over some different techniques and things. And I do have some cheat sheets to help me kind of stay organized because it is a lot. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment. If I don't see it right away, I will get back with you or you can comment again. That's not going to hurt my feelings. I know FB has been very strange today. Hi from work, Sharon. There's my mom. Hi, Tony. So, yes, the FB has been very strange today with the comments stopping and then starting again. So please feel free. Or if you rather private message me, if you have a question, that's fine too. I am a paper crafter. I've always been a paper crafter, but the junk journaling part is kind of new to me. I've always been a scrapbooker. But this is kind of a new hip fun way to do scrapbooking in my opinion. So, I do twice a month. We do, a journaling segment, or sometimes even more, like today's kind of a bonus for most people. Hi, Sue. And then we always do our ATCs. And if you don't know what that is, it's artist trading cards. So it's really fun. Hello, Andrea. I loved your presents this morning. Andrea kicked us off. I loved her stuff. You guys, everybody did a really great job. The printables have been amazing. All the crafts have been amazing. And by the way, if you stay to the end, make sure you're commenting and telling me hi because I am going to send a special gift card to somebody at the end. So I'm going to pick and we are going to gift because it's Christmas and that's not necessarily what Christmas is about, but it's all about, it's about giving. It's a giving season. So hi, Melissa. Okay, guys. So this is what you're going to start with. It is just an Amazon mailer. What I did was this was a larger one. So I cut it in half. Thank you for sprinkling me. I appreciate it. I'm already, anytime I'm in an event or being streamed, I don't know, get butterflies. Do you guys still do that? And I've been online for 3 years. Hi, Peggy. Thank you for opening the craft box. So if you don't notice, I did do my background a little different. Stitch has got his little Christmas hat on and we're ready for Christmas. We're not really ready for Christmas. It's still July and it's hot in Florida. It's 100 degrees, so it's very hard, but I did put Christmas music on today to get me in the spirit. So basically what I did was I cut this in half and you're going to want to take all of your extra stickers off. Now there are two options you can do. You can leave it the way it is, just with the brown. You can always cover these spots because most of the time we're going to cover everything. Thank you, Andrea. You've been watching all day, Terry. I've seen you in all the comments. I got to catch everybody today. I was so happy. Of course, I was still working, but I was working and lurking. So So basically you are going to cut this to size, whatever size journal you want. And you can either paint over it, you can cover it with more paper, and you could do just the brown paper. You can even use a paper bag from Dollar Tree or wherever you want to find the paper bags nowadays. Walmart has them pretty cheap, and cover them up. You can cut them up and cover up your little barcodes and stuff. But I didn't do that, but with the magic of FB and the internet, I went ahead and made my cover for my mailer already. So this is going to be a vintage Christmas junk journal from an Amazon mailer. I was inspired by a friend of mine, Leah. She is on YouTube. Her channel is Thrifty Day. And I just kind of made my own little elements with all the things, guys. There's so much. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I know I'm the last person, but I'm trying not to go over because I know all y'all have lives, and we appreciate you guys being here and watching everybody. And Kimmy's just done a great job. She's such a great person to coordinate all this. And she just has a heart of gold, and I just love her. But anyway, we'll go more into that later. So I am going to go ahead and show you what I've done to the front, and then we're going to go over some techniques, and then I'm going to show you my pages. So for the first part of this, what I did is I cut this in half, and obviously you saw that half, and then I folded this down like this. Yes, she has been, hasn't she? And then just to kind of give it a little bit more color on the inside, I went ahead and put some Christmas paper. This is just regular paper. You guys, I've been a paper crafter forever, so I have a lot of my stuff has come from either Joann's, Michael's, all over the years. So some of this stuff is not going to be stuff that I can tell you where it's at, but I want you guys to think outside the box, get creative, and just use whatever you have. You'd be surprised when you go through your stash how much stuff you actually have. So the other part of this is I used for the middle piece. This is that little fabric piece right there. I know Miss Andrea is going to recognize it. This is I think it's the Vintage Christmas from, it's just like this. It comes in a strip like this, and I didn't even use the whole strip because we're going to put some of that fabric inside our journal today. So this is the vintage from Jelly Roll. I just ordered it straight. I did go through Amazon, but it comes from Jelly Roll themselves. So either way, how you ever want to do it. And if you are new to me, welcome on in. I hope you like what you see today. I don't just do paper crafting. It's been my thing lately, but I do other crafting too. So check out my past lives. I think they're all still there, you guys. Mine hasn't been deleted, but I also have a YouTube channel if you want to see anything from the past. We have made some really cute crafts here. So yes, it is. I knew it. I knew you'd recognize it. Okay. So all I did was take that strip, and I I didn't do it too tight, but I want to put it all the way to the edge, and I just kind of made my little middle piece here. And I just used regular Mod Podge. You could even use duct tape if you wanted to. Of course, you don't have the fabric look, but however you want. Then I took some of my distressed inks. I think this one was the walnut stain. Hello, Lynn and Tina. And I just kind of dirtied up the edges here, and we are going to put something on the front. And then this is like a velvet type ribbon. I believe this one came from Hobby Lobby. They have like that velvet feel. I don't know if you guys can kind of see that. But that's all I've done to this so far. So I just kind of glued in. Now, I will probably go back and fix my edging just a little bit. I might even put a little bit more trim on the sides, but I want to get to the good stuff for you guys. So I'm going to show you my first, I probably should have done one of them already, but we're going to do some of these things together. So I'm going to show you my first signature. This is the bigger one. The other one is a little bit smaller. Now, I do have a tutorial that I'll be posting tomorrow, and it's basically I photocopied this on my copier onto cardstock, so I have a thicker type of paper. The part that you're going to sew into from the actual piece to this, you want to be a little bit thicker. It's a little bit harder to push in, but it'll be worth it because it gives it a little bit more sturdiness. So what I did was, this is just regular white paper, unless you already have computer paper like that. And I just went ahead and took my vintage photo and I just dirtied it up. And I did the same thing to the back side of the paper. That's all I did. So this is one of my favorite songs. And you guys tell me in the comments what your favorite song is. And then we're going to go ahead and put some pockets in here. And I have some other things in here. So this was actually a napkin. I didn't want to mess with the napkins though, because it's a lot of Mod Podge, but I did photocopy it and I fussy cutted it a little bit. And I know it's backwards because Facebook took that away. But a newbie here, Mischief Manage, I've been watching you too. Hi, Tanya. Thank you for joining me. It says, Dear Santa, I was good at being naughty. Does that count? I think that was super cute. And then we're going to glue some things in here. We've got some tags, which we will put in here. And then I want to teach you guys, one of the things that I have on one of my next pages is vintage tape. Now, there are different ways to make vintage tape. I'm going to teach you the easiest way, especially if you don't like to work with the alcohol inks. That's kind of messy. So I'm going to teach you how to do that, and then we'll make some tags and things. So we will definitely get to the rest of the book though. All right. So, and then we're going to have to sew the book. So there's a lot to get done, but I tried to do as much as I could without doing too much. You guys, I've been so excited about this event. Like for, I don't know, Kimmy, when did you message about this? Like 4 weeks ago? It's been killing me. So all I'm doing is I'm taking my Distress inks. You could use whatever color. I'm even going to try a green one. Hi. Oh, Marlene is here. Sometimes y'all's picture throws me off. I think you're somebody else. So this one is the Forest Moss, and this one is the Walnut Stain. And of course we have our vintage photo. Okay. So we're just going to kind of just get going on this. Okay. So I'm going to teach you how to do it. If you guys can see, I'm going to put you down just a little bit so you guys can see my area. Don't look too much behind me. Hi, Tina. Hello to everybody that's new. I just want to welcome you. I hope you enjoy what you see. I try to give you guys simple, easy ideas, and I try to make it low cost sometimes because, you know, times are hard sometimes. All right, so I'm just going to place, this is just regular Scotch tape, you guys. You guys can use matte. You can use this kind. It's really up to you. I'm going to do about 6 different pieces. So I think we'll do like 2 on each. And this is just, I probably will not finish this whole journal today, but I'm going to try to get as much done. So if I'm not commenting back or watching comments, I will go back. I just want you guys to see as much as you can. So this is our walnut that's on this little doohickey thing. What is this thing called? Does anybody know? I can never remember the name of it. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to take this and go across it. Now, is it going to wipe off? Yes, a little bit will wipe off, but still, it will still kind of stick to there to stain it a little bit. See how I've already made the 2 right here? Can you see that on there? So I'm going to go ahead and do these 2 in my walnut stain. Now, if you let it sit there for a minute or 2, it will work. Now, a lot of people have done this many, many times before with alcohol. And obviously you want it to, it's more of something that you want to dry overnight. It's better if you have it dry overnight. And you guys, I'm sure there's a million other ways to do that, to do this type of thing. But this is the one I'm showing you because we have a lot of other things I want to show you today. So I'm going to jam pack you full of ideas so you'll be wanting to make your own journals. Okay, this one is actually never used. I got this from my local store. It's not too local anymore, unfortunately, but I got it from Bottom of the Bin. And if you're in Florida, you may know what that is. It is a consignment shop for just crafts. Hello, Sheila's Creations. I enjoyed your live today. I enjoyed. A lot of you are new. Thank you so much, Sheila. A lot of you are new to me, and I was just so excited to make new friends today. Some of you I didn't even know existed. Some of you I have seen streamed in others. So like I said, it's not going to be, it's just to kind of give it a little different look. And it will rub off a little bit on your hands, but that's kind of normal. So no worries on that. And then I'm going to go ahead and do my last two with Vintage Photo. The Vintage Photo, I think, is the best one for your aged looking tape, but I wanted it to be different. You guys know me. Hello, Linda. And if you don't know me, I'm a very different person. I'm very different. I kind of embraced that when I was younger. And you can even mix up the colors too. It'll be fine. Okay. So we're going to let that sit there for just a minute. I'm going to take a look and move this over for a second because we are also going to do, we're going to do eyelets. Hello, Joanne. I've seen you today in the comments. We're going to do some eyelet. So we're going to put an eyelet in our journal as well. And I think we're going to do that before we sew in our things. Thank you, Sue. I appreciate that. We're going to make a couple tags and we're also going to work with tickets. So I'm going to kind of show you why this is kind of setting just a few more minutes. I'm going to show you all the stuff that I gathered. So this is the fun part of doing a journal is you're going to kind of have an imagination before you start the journal. And what I do is I just get like a clear bucket. I recommend clear so you can kind of see it because most of the time out of sight, out of mind. But if you actually see it, uniquely different, all good. Yes, it is that way. Hopefully it's that way. But what I did was I gathered all of my Christmas items. So you guys, I'll show you how to use this with your journal too. But you can find things like this on Amazon. These have different vintage patterns. These are those little banners. They're perfect for journaling. And we're actually going to use this on the front. We're going to age it a little bit, but here's little Santa, and he's on a snow globe. So we're going to definitely put that on the front. Obviously, my papers. You guys, I found this very old vintage book, but I didn't want to cut it up. Not for this project. I may actually do a full journal with just the story of Jesus. You can't have a Christmas junk journal without Jesus. So I went ahead and photocopied, and Mary and baby Jesus is going to be part of a tag. I found these gold stickers, just different. This is like old music sheets. This is in the journal as well. It's like a little Christmas list notepad. There's all kinds of stuff in here. So we'll try to go through some of that as well. You're going to need some type of either hemp cord, embroidery, floss. Hi, Denise. How's your conference? This is actually a type of bonding from, it comes in all different kinds of colors. And I forgot what they call it, but it's at Hobby Lobby, this one. So I'm going to use red for it because that'll match. And the other thing is you may want to bring, you just use washi tape, your ribbon. I have all kinds of stuff up here, you guys. And we're going to stamp a little bit too. I'm going to go ahead and start taking this tape off. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that vintage tape and I'm going to tape my little girl in here. So I think I'm going to use the green on her. So, and then I'm going to kind of put it almost like it's kind of slapped on. I'm not trying to make this perfect. It is a junk journal and it's supposed to represent junk or junky. And it's not supposed to be perfect. It's supposed to be like vintagey. And that's a word here at the craft box, vintagey. And then it'll just kind of sit there like that, and that will keep our little girl in place. So that's how you do, and things are going to fall out, but that's okay. I kind of place things how I want it. So you see how that's kind of, the green didn't turn out too good, but we're going to keep rolling, and you'll see how we use the rest. So we're going to put some pockets on, and I think this pocket was supposed to be somewhere, but I'm going to show you some of the other things. I did already put some tape in here. I think I was supposed to put it in here. Okay, so I'm going to take out my little slicer here. And I didn't really measure my pages, but I just need to cut a little edge off. So you can eyeball it, or you can put a little, where's my pencil? I moved some stuff around for this event. You love the vintage tape? It's so easy to achieve, you guys. You guys can make a whole, and I'm just doing this on parchment paper. I believe wax paper will work too. So I did it on this and not the little piece I'm cutting, but that's okay. So I'm just going to put it through my little slicer. Yes, this is old school. This is from Creative Memories, and I got this at the thrift store a couple months ago for like $4. And what I love about it too is there's like a little drawer in it. I don't have anything in there yet. It allows me for space to hide things that I'll look for later. I'll probably get that out again. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys my favorite glue. If you are new to me, you hear me talking about this all the time. It is my absolute favorite glue, and I do have some runner-ups. But I always use Scotch Wrinkle-Free Glue Stick. This can be found on Amazon. It used to be able to get it only at Joann's, but I was so glad that I found it on Amazon. So they have them. They're fairly cheap for a 2-pack, or you can get a bigger pack for, I believe it's like 6 of them for $9.99 instead of $4 for 2 of them. So it comes out to be about the same. Hi, Bex. How are you? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of glue down my pocket. Now, you can wait until you're actually done and sewn into your journal before you do this, but I just wanted to kind of show you all of our stuff. Hi, Linda. How are you? I have another Linda. 2 Lindas in here tonight. So all I'm doing is I'm gluing this side, the bottom, and this side. So this will leave me a pocket. And I'm just going to put it right at the bottom. Now, a lot of times when you have a pocket like this, you have a journaling card or something very similar. So I'm going to go ahead and use, that's a pocket. We're going to go ahead and work on a couple of our journaling cards, which I've already kind of made. I just made them different sizes. So I'm going to put this one to the side. I know I'm kind of all over the place, but it'll be okay. We're going to go ahead and just decorate it. So I find these at very, very inexpensive at Hobby Lobby. So we're going to put a Christmas tree on here. I think we're going to use this red one first. And usually journaling cards, it's so that you can write your thoughts down and then you have a pretty thing to go on the outside. But journaling cards, you can write on either or. It's really up to you. I'm going to have it stick out. So I think I'm going to go ahead and put some things, kind of just place them. The other thing that I did purchase, I did make one purchase, but everything else was pretty much what I had, was these beautiful stickers, which of course I can't find now. There they are. They're hiding on me. Beautiful stickers from Hobby Lobby. So loving this, you know. I'm so glad, Kimmy. I really wanted to make you proud. I'm like, I better go all out. So, I think I'm going to go ahead and I think Santa needs to be used for this one because it is like the beginning of the journal. So I'm going to just kind of stick it. You guys, I think this was 40% off. I think they were $1.99 or $2, $2.99 maybe, 40% off. So much better than Dollar Tree. And just go when they're actually on sale. That's all I would say. So I'm going to go ahead and just have Santa peeking out here. And we'll kind of put this tree down here. So this gives it dimension. A lot of people also put a little like hole punch, and they'll put like ribbon at the top to have it have like a tassel. It's almost like a bookmark. You're basically making little bookmarks. So I'm going to go ahead and glue my tree. And of course you guys can get as creative as you want. And in fact, let me see, this one might look good. What I'm going to do, let me see if I can do this. I'm going to peel Santa off just a little bit. I'm going to use my scrap papers, and this is a perfect opportunity to use all your scraps. Just make tags. And you can sit there like one evening while watching TV and just make tags. It's so much fun. I've made several for this occasion. Now, obviously, you could put some more things down here, but we're going to keep rolling. Okay, actually, let me put a little I'm pretty sure I have little, yeah, I have like little snowflake stickers. These are from Dollar Tree. And I'm just using what I have, you guys. I'm also tearing apart my package, but that's okay. I don't need that part. I'm just going to stick a snowflake down here. Okay, so you get creative. Kimmy getting her Junkin fix. Oh, I know, right? All right. So let me put that there. So basically this would go in here. See how it creates a pocket. Okay. Now, we're going to keep rolling because there's a couple other things I want to see or want you guys to see. I did make this tag already, and you can also just make a tag and put a little paper clip on it. I love this mulberry paper. It's very vintage looking, so I stuck a few pieces in here. So I'm just going to go ahead and put the paper clip on there. It's almost a little bit more brittle than rice paper, so you just have to watch that. So I think we're going to, let me see. This can be journaling space, whatever have you. So I think I'm going to go ahead and also do this pocket on this side, and I'm going to show you my tag I made already. This is so pretty. You love it. I'm so glad, you guys. There's a lot of work that has gone into this already. Obviously more than an hour, but I just want to encourage you guys. You can make something a little bit more simpler. And if you don't junk journal, you can make something like this just to hold your Christmas cards. I mean, some people throw away their Christmas cards, but I don't throw away my Christmas cards. I don't like to do that. I like to craft with them, as you can see, because my next page right here is a Christmas card. I forgot to cut this, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and just eyeball it and cut it now. Like I said, it can be all roughed up. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. So there is our, and like I said, you would do this probably when it's all together. You want to do a Christmas one, Sue? I know, right? Okay. So this was a Christmas card that I received. There's another piece of mulberry paper. This is vintage paper. It's actually just paper. It's not cardstock. I ordered that off Amazon. This is like an old graphing paper, and this little baby is going in here. This is a napkin, which I've already kind of done. And I want to show you guys something. When you're working in your journal, if it's not together yet, or even if it is together, you can take your clip. This is actually a chip clip. You're working on a Christmas journal? Oh, I want to see it, Linda. You have to message me. You can hold your pages out so it doesn't keep doing that. And I do have a fan on right now, so that's why it's doing that. So this is how much I love this glue. A lot of you would probably go in here and try to, do Mod Podge. I'm using my glue stick because it's very wrinkle free. It's not perfect wrinkle free, but it's very wrinkle free, and it will hold this napkin in place. I have put all types of materials and glued them together with this glue stick, and still nothing has fallen apart. That is a fun napkin, isn't it, Kimmy? So I'm just going to put this little house in here as like a little background. Not every page needs to be journaled on. You don't even have to write a whole lot when you're making a journal. You can just put, whatever, throw a picture, throw a receipt, dinner after Christmas shopping, put that receipt in there and just put a little Post-it note and tape that down. All of that works. Okay. My other piece is going to be the middle of this particular signature. This is just a piece of paper. It's one of those smaller ones. And I folded it, and I have this scrapbook paper that has a lot of words on it. So I just cut out my words, and I use that to do this. So that is actually going to be the middle piece. So our sewing part will go into there. Where are we at? We're at 7:30. Okay. It's a lot to get through. So again, doilies, whatever you have, there's the rest of my Christmas card. And then I also have this paper. which is also holiday-ish. And then this is my, this right here. This is an old bingo card. I got these from the lovely Sarah with Crafted Freedom. I almost said Vintage Freedom. So I have this little felt piece, you guys. These are next to me. We're going to make some tags with these, hopefully. We have a minute. I know I'm talking a lot. That's how great this glue is. I'm going to go ahead, because it's blue, I'm going to put a little Christmas light bulb in there. And you can decorate this with other stickers and things. It's a really fun piece to just kind of glue in your page. And that's what we're doing. We're just going to glue it in there. You could even use, I have the bingo chips that came with this. It came from a very old vintage game because I found another one after this was gifted to me. But you could even place the vintage bingo pieces, or you could use buttons, and you can put buttons in its spots instead of the bingo chips. So just a little idea there. And then I have this Christmas card, which I'll probably I may just make a pocket for it, but this one is really cute. It says, if everything seems to be going well, you obviously overlooked something. The felt pieces came, Sue, from Tuesday morning about, I don't know, 10 years ago. But I'll be on the lookout for more because I know you all are probably going to want that. Okay, and then we'll just keep these out because these will probably go into something later. Okay, so that's our first signature. So when you have a pile of papers like this, that's what's called a signature. All right, now this was the tag I was going to show you that I'm going to put in here. This was from the snowflake paper. It came from the same pack. This actually came from Michael's a while ago. But I did put, this actually was a Christmas card. I copied it so I can repurpose it. Hello, Sandra. Oh, you're welcome, Kimmy. And then these were a pack that I found at bottom of the bin. These little vintage ornaments. They're so tiny, but I have them kind of dangling on there. And then, of course, this is 25. And that came from a sticker pack from Hobby Lobby. Yes, aren't they? Is that who this is? It might be. I know you know what you're talking about, Linda. Hi, Shonda. Thank you for opening the craft box. I missed Tuesday morning too so much, Sue. So much. Okay. So now we have that one, and we pretty much have a good amount of things in here. So I'm going to go back, and I think I'm going to go ahead and show you this tape because I don't know what else we have to tape in here, but I'm just going to kind of put some in the corner so you can see it on the white. Hello, Crafting with the Southern Belle. Now you'll see it when it's on white, how much it looks a little aged. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of stick it in the corner. Scotch tape can be a little, if you're doing it on cardstock, it's better. Like I kind of pulled some of that up, but that's okay. So there's that vintage tape. See it on the side? Like I said, the alcohol inks work better, but in a whim, that will work. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and get to sewing because I feel like we've kind of made a tag. We'll try a couple other things because it might take a minute to get this sewn. So what I am going to do is let me put this away. So I want to make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. And then I'll definitely show you because we even do pockets on the sides and we do like little tucks and everything. So I did this last night on a little mini journal. This is what we made last night. It was from one of those figurine toys from Five Below. And we sewn that into the box and we recycled the box and we made this cute little journal. So that's what I made on my last night's live. So I'm going to do the same technique with this one. And just because that fan is on, I'm going to put this clip here, just kind of hold it in place. And I'm going to grab my clips. because we're going to need to hold that. So I have, I hope we get to everything. So I have some washi tape, and what I'm going to do is I am going to take this washi tape. Painter's tape would work too. Washi tape just doesn't have a really big hold. Okay, so I'm just kind of getting it started. So I'm going to go ahead, since there's 2 signatures, I'm going to need a total of 6 holes. So 3 down and then 2 across, because there's 2 signatures. So however many signatures you have. Now, this is just temporary, but I'm going to go ahead and put my washi tape from top to bottom. And this is so that I'm spacing out the holes properly on my signatures. And you'll see what I mean in a minute. And I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. I'm not really measuring. You can definitely measure if you want. I'm an eyeball girl. I'm not a measuring tape girl. My husband will tell you all about that, I'm sure. So I'm going to put these a little closer together because I don't have much of a spine. You could do a spine. All you have to do is kind of put what you would do if you wanted a big spine in this is you could cut the mailer in half and then put a piece of chipboard or cereal box or whatever have you in the middle. But we're not trying to get that fancy. So I'm going to put them close together though, because I don't have much of a spine. The wider your spine is, the more further apart you want them. Okay, if that makes sense. So I'm making this exactly the length of this. Hello, Christina and Betsy. Welcome on in. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and use, this is a foam piece. It's just some packaging. You have whatever packaging you have that's nice and thick. That's going to go at the bottom so you don't stab yourself, because the next part is a little not for kids. So if you're doing this with your kids, you don't want to do this, have them do this by themselves. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a pen or a marker or whatever the heck I have over here. Let's see. This is my pen, and I'm just going to kind of bring it to like the middle. So I'm going to make one mark there and bring it over and do one mark here. And then I'll go up a little bit. We're going to do probably one mark here, one mark here, and then we'll do one mark here, one mark here. All right. This is exactly, I know some of you are like, she already did this. I know, I did this last night. But this is the best way to do it, honestly. All right, where is my pokey tool? Hold on, you guys. Try to find my pokey tool. I recommend also with the friend that I watch, she uses an awl, but I don't have an awl. And we were only working with a mini journal last night. So I'm using just a very small tool. Now I should have a mat under here too, but we're pressed for time. So I don't know if I'm going to get 2 sewn signatures in 20 minutes, but we're going to try. This is probably the most time consuming on the project. But I promise you, when I'm all done, you guys, we will definitely, I'll definitely post a video. So make sure you're following so you can see the end. Okay. So there are our holes. That's going to help us. Now, I'm going to take my first, actually, I can leave that there. I'm going to take my first signature and I'm going to open it to the very middle. And what I want to do is this. I may have to hold that one in place. I'm going to leave this one toward the bottom so it can hold in place while I do this, you guys. Okay. I'm going to take that washi tape, just one, and I'm going to kind of put it toward the middle. And it is going to be a little smaller than your actual book or mailer, however you measured it. I'm getting a little gutsy with that middle piece in there, but that's okay. So at this point, you'll have a little bit of tape coming out of each side, and that is okay. So we're going to get this out again. And now we're going to line that hole up. So now the pages will line up properly. Now, if you do not want to do this, I have seen people use a rubber band to put their signatures together. And they just kind of keep it in place with a rubber band. That is also an option. Another option is they can also use washi tape or painter's tape or duct tape to hold them in between. It's really a preference. And if you don't feel this gutsy, then that's a good way to start. The first time I made a journal was this little Finding Nemo journal back here. And I used a rubber band. I so want to do a journal. I sit down, thoughts in my head, and I freeze. Well, you have to just write them down, Kimmy. But I swear, once you start it, like, it's hard to, I don't know. To me, it's, I don't know. When you start it, it's hard to stop. The only bad part of this washi tape is sometimes it likes to stick to things. So I'm going to go ahead and put it right back down on the middle piece. You guys, I had so many goals to get all this just shown to you, but I was like, oh my gosh. But Kimmy, I had to do a journal. Okay. I'm only going to do the one because it's already 7:42. And remember, guys, comment, comment, comment. You could win a prize. All right, now I'm going to get out my needle. You can use embroidery needles. That's usually what I do. And my eyeballs, I have to just use a big one. And then I usually have like either a thimble or like this thing on standby. So let me get my twine. Now for the twine, you're going to want to do this on your book about 2 to 3 times. We still at least got to get the front on end on it. I finish the rest. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give it a little tail. Definitely love this one. Yes, you do. Okay. You're going to start in the middle and also have some washi tape handy as well. That middle piece is not going to really hold up, but that's okay. So when you're doing this part, you can actually use your clips to kind of hold things in place. So let's go ahead and kind of line this up real quick. So we're going to start in the middle and we're going to put our needle all the way through to that hole. Sometimes you'll have to need help with the, you may have to separate it and just kind of feed it through, especially if you have a lot of cardstock. This one was a lot that I don't need that one. This one was a lot that I tried to stick in this signature, but I'm kind of glad I did. You love all my journals. Thank you. Okay. I'm going to do the first hole. And honestly, a mailer you could probably get away with just one signature would be fine. I just had so many ideas to show you. All right. So this is why I said it's probably going to take a minute. So we went through our middle piece. And sometimes pliers work too. Like these. If you find yourself struggling, you could always pull it out with the pliers. Especially with the thicker pieces, but that works. All right, I'm gonna leave a big enough hole because we do have to tie it, or a big enough tail. So I'm gonna keep this in place with my washi tape. I wanted to show you guys how to do all this because I know some of you are, you know, just wondering how you start. This is how you start. Okay, so we're gonna pull that through. So we're gonna start in the middle, then we're gonna go back in through the top. So you're gonna find that top hole, and then you're gonna set yourself up so you can kind of put it through those holes. And I should have clipped it a little bit better. I think I'm gonna clip it now. That card's falling out, so that's okay. And this is just so it kind of keeps it in place. Oh, I'm watching the time, Kimmy. I probably should have put this together, huh? Okay. So I'm going to pull this tight. So we're going to take this and we're going to put it back through the center hole. Make sure it's tight. Also careful not to go into your string. There we go. It just helps when there's a lot of paper. You don't want to split your string, if you know what I mean. If you're a sewer, you kind of know what that means, but okay. So I'm going to pull that tight. Make sure it's pretty tight. Don't pull it too hard. Make sure you're gentle. Then we're going to go in the bottom. And this is the part where I was struggling yesterday because I did it kind of backwards. But I think we're in good shape today. This middle piece is definitely shifting on me and it's throwing me off. If you're a beginner, don't do the little piece in the middle. That was definitely a boo-boo on my part, but it's okay. All right, where are we at? Once you get it in there and it's secure, it'll be better the second time around. There we go. And honestly, when it's pulled all together, you can't see it. I explain everything in detail. I'm so glad. I'm glad you think so, because I'm like, I hope they understand what I'm saying. I know, like, when you're not the same person or you don't particularly know that person, you don't even know what they're saying half the time. All right. It is okay, though. All right. So now we're going to go. We went from the start. We're starting in the middle. We went back through the center hole, then the bottom hole. Then we're going to go back through the middle hole. And I do have a cheat sheet tonight because I didn't want to disappoint poor Kimmy. I was so worried about that, my friend. I was like, oh no. This one's a little bit harder because I chose so many pages. I should have kept it simple. But sometimes Christy can't do things simple. There we go. Oh, it fell off again. No, not there. Come on, guys. This part's rough. Once you do this a million times, I have not done it a million times, but I get better each time, I promise. Okay, that works for me. All right, so now we're going back through the middle hole. I'm going to pull this out. I know it seems like a lot of work, but pretty much the pages are like the funnest part. All right, then we're going to go through that top hole again. Now we are going to skip the middle hole this time. Okay, we're good. And we're going to go back through the bottom. And I pray I left enough. I can't wait to have this all finished and show you guys. Did I lose you guys? We're going to decorate the top as soon as we're done. And I just pulled that out. My tail's in the way. There we go. And now we're going to go back through the middle pole. And hopefully we have enough, because I got to move this string a little bit. I cut it probably a little too short, but that's okay. All right. See? It can be done. It can be done. Hi, baby. My puppy came out here to see us. Okay, there we go. We're good. We're good. You can turn anything into a journal, Christy. I know, right? I'm telling you, I absolutely have gotten such a just satisfaction over this last few months. It's been crazy, but hey, it's working. Okay. Triple knot it if you have enough string. Christy almost didn't have enough string. I think I left too much of a tail on the other end, but it's okay. You will learn as you go. All right, now we're going to take these off. I was hoping I did it right. I was like, please tell me I did this right. That would have been bad. Okay, so now we have, and see, now the other one probably goes on that side and it'll be fine. So now we have, I'll take these off. So now we have, we're just going to do the one for now. Okay. And I will show you my pages in the other one, and then we'll put our top on. So this one, you already saw the Christmas card. So this one, because I put a lot of crazy treats. I didn't make this one. This one came from Hobby Lobby, I think. So this is a little mini pocket, and this is just a Christmas tag. I'll show you. It's like a little dog Christmas tag. It says Naughty List. And then in here, I also have, this is another napkin that I photocopied. You guys can always photocopy napkins. So that's going to be a pocket. This is a vintage wrapping paper piece that I put in here. There's an envelope, so you can put something in there. Especially, you guys, if you have like a Christmas list that you're going through, you can keep your Christmas list and you can check it all off. That's that little notepad, so that's the one side of it. And then there's another music sheet and another tag. So I'm going to show you guys everything I put in here. This was also, you can actually use the book, but because I didn't want to ruin the recipe, because I might write the recipe down, but I actually put a Christmas baking recipe in here, but I photocopied it. That's all I did. And there's going to be another little tuck pocket, and that's going to be the middle piece of this one. This one's a little bit bigger, but you can use different sizes. This one is got a gingerbread man. I made this from a doily. This has got like a vintage paper. I think this was like an ephemera from one of the packs somebody gave me, but there's the rest of it's got a gingerbread brownie recipe, which is why I'm not going to cut that up yet. I need to write that one down. The rest of the music sheet, there's that little paper pad, and there's some really cute, this is paper, ornament paper. And there's the other piece of that vintage paper, the vintage Christmas wrap. And then you guys, I actually put a pocket on this one. So I'm going to show you what I did that one for. So I made this little tag. It's got a cute little owl. This is actually a stamp. I think my mom has this stamp and she let me like cut a bunch. So I'm actually going to stick him right in here. So it's like a little, he's like sideways, but he's like a little hiding in the pocket. And then the other ones that I did, I will show you. So another thing that I'm going to probably do is turn this. This was a napkin, but I cut it weird. But this was a napkin. I'm going to turn the peppermint into a little pocket as well, like a little pocket fan. I made this little tag with the poinsettias. So this is a journaling card as well. So that can go in a pocket. And then this is going to be a pocket in the other one as well. There's that little sweet picture of Jesus, and it says peace. So that's going to be a pocket. So remember, when you're doing pockets, you could do them sideways. You could even do them upside down if you wanted to, but I'm going to probably put this one so you can read it. But you can't have a Christmas journal without baby Jesus. Oh, and then you guys, you can take like little, this is from like a toy, I think it was like an Amazon book, like the toy section for Christmas. You can tuck that in there, or you can make a card out of it, whatever you want to do. All right, so let's get this baby on because I have a really cute idea for the front. And I may go a couple minutes over. Can I go a couple minutes over? Kimmy, would you mind? Since there's no one behind me. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to do that. Okay, I'm going to hold my things together with my clips. Sorry. My napkin's blowing with my fan. Let me lower my fan real quick. Especially when I do this piece. It's a little warm in here because this is a back room area. Okay. Ooh. Looks like there's another fly. I almost forgot. It did get a little ripped here, but that's okay. Hello, Donna. How are you? All right, guys. Next time, I'm definitely going to do this without, having to put that together in front of you all. Didn't know it was going to be that time consuming. The main thing is when you work with napkins, you just have to be very, very gentle. Sometimes you can even just press on it a little bit. If the napkin is very, very thin, it may not work out for you. But the main thing is make sure you're getting the corners because that's the part that's going to keep it onto your surface. I will probably go back over this with Mod Podge just to kind of keep it in place, but I just want to put this in here for now so you guys can see it all decorated. And then we'll do a quick flip through of what we have. And I have one more trick up my sleeve. Hopefully, if we have time. Okay. So I'm going to kind of put this at an angle. It is a larger one, so we did a little boo-boo, but that's okay. We can always fix it with a ribbon or whatever you want. I know I was going to do the grommet, the eyelets, but I may have to do that on a video. Thank you, Sue. I know I try to come up with some really cute ideas for you. Okay. So I'm telling you, that glue is the best. The best. All right. So you know how we put fabric in here? I have for you, I know I made it. You guys didn't even see the huge box of stamps I have for Christmas because we're definitely going to rubber stamp in this thing as well. But so I have this little vintage bow. They were just bows that came like this. Okay, I have a collection of them over here. So I decorated a little bit with holly berries and then a few of our like rusty bells, and they actually jingle. Do you guys hear that? So I'm going to go ahead and take this safety pin because it is a mailer and it's got fabric on it. And we are going to safety pin this to the top. And I will have to, let me put that over here. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of go in one side, just like you would safety pin something on a shirt. Because there is fabric there. I think my neighbor is cutting his grass. All right, And then we're gonna put it together like that. So now we have that. It is a cute bow. I didn't even make it. This is me cheating because I was running out of time. All right, now I do have my glue gun here and I have a little bit of greenery. You guys, I could be here for 2 hours doing this, but I don't know if you guys would want to watch me for 2 hours. But it brings me to my happy place, I will say. All right. So I'm just going to put a little greenery here. And like I said, you can add ribbon, whatever you want. I'll probably put an eyelet here and tie a bow here, but you can even take and wrap a bow almost like it looks like a present. That would look really, really cute. One of the also things that you could do is you can take like this journaling card and you can have it sticking out so like the poinsettia sticks out. So you just take a paper clip and put that in there. It's kind of cool to have things hanging, like sticking out. Hold on. Christy's struggling now. Christy's struggling now. There we go. I'm gonna bring it up a little bit. And then the other surprise, well, I had 2 more surprises. It's only 2 minutes past. I know our event is almost done. I want to thank, while I'm getting this out, I have some gingerbread. So while I'm getting this out, I want to thank Kimmy for having everybody into this wonderful little, I wanted to call it a show because I was so entertained. Hello, Uncork Creations by Lynn. So you guys, these came from the Dollar Tree and it was a full, like, apparently there's 5 of them in here, but I'm only trying to get one out right now. They're all individually wrapped. Have you ever seen that before? I have not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paper clip this little gingerbread coming out, and I'll probably give him a face and stuff. Yes, we do need a tassel, but I'm going over, Kimmy. I have things for the tassel. Do you want me to make the tassel too? That means I'm going over though. Is that okay? I don't want to displease anybody. All right. I think I'm going to put our little gingerbread man. I have to put him, let's see. We're going to put him, we can even have him hanging out the side. Oh, that'd be so cute. Okay. So you could decorate him however you want. Yes, Kimmy did such a great job, right? Coordinating the whole thing. It was perfect. How cute is that? And the other thing is, these are from like those little tree toppers, the little miniature tree toppers. And you could hold your journal together, or you can just kind of have it hanging off of a page, maybe toward the front or the top, either way. And now you have a cute little snowman hat on your journal. Yes, you said yes, I can. Okay. Well, I got you. I got you, girl. All right. I started it. So again, the little tiny envelopes, ornaments that you see at like Walmart and the mini section, that's where this came from. It's like a little North Pole candy cane type thing. All right, Kimmy, you asked for it. I'm gonna do it. I just made a little mini one, and we will probably have to figure out how I'll put the grommet on there. I always say grommet. You guys know what I mean. The eyelet. We can clip it on there for now, just to see. Yes, thank you, thank you. Okay, we'll go a little tiny bit over. So let me get my Rusty Bells. You guys, I had so much. I have these little candies because we're going to have them poking out. I had an envelope made. I didn't even bring out half the stuff I made. There's a little envelope, and you can stick candies in here in your journal. Isn't that cute? All right. I know, Kimmy. We're going to do this. Let's see. I have a lot. We got to do a cross. And then I don't have a lot of Christmas colors at the moment, but I do have some black and whites and some reds. Oops. You guys get a little bowl. You can even thread buttons through here. All right, so we'll do that. Look for your little Christmas things. Oh, we gotta do gold. And let's do a music note. So I'm just gonna put a couple on those. Kimmy loves my my little dangles. We can't be this close. Okay. Kimmy actually, she ordered one of my danglers. She says, oh, I got some red and green right there. Okay, we'll do those. I gotta get some more red beads, you guys. Okay, we're gonna make a little one. It's probably not even gonna hold that much, but that's okay. So all I did was, this was already on an ornament string. So I do have tutorials for this, making this little charm, but this we put on a lot of our journals. Hi, Gwen, I saw you pop on. So this is one of them that I made. This is my personal one with Lady. And then I've also made, this is another sewn junk journal with Nemo. This is my very first one. It was a rubber band at one point, and then I turned it into a sewing one. But there's a Nemo one. And then I have I may have lost a bead. And then I have a My Little Pony one too, because I'm a big kid, if you can't tell. Hello, Glitzy Graham. Okay, so I'm just going to try to do this really quick. So let me find my hole. Sometimes these beads don't always work out the best, but it's okay. We're going to roll with it. So I'm going to put the green, the gold, and the cross on this one. So I put them together and then I tie a little knot. Thank you, Karen. And then I have to put a jingle bell on here. We're going to put a couple of them. I know they're probably going to get a little, it's got the cinnamon on it, you guys. Hi, Wendy. But it's okay. I think it's going to be a cute addition. If I had more time, I would have done a little more prep for this part, but I really didn't know how much we were going to get done. It's very hard to tell. Okay, and then this one I'm just going to tie. Because you have to have a jingle bell on any type of dangler. Okay, so there's that one. Now for this one, I'm going to put a little knot a little bit further down so it hangs at a different level, I guess is what you could say. I think I'm going to try to put a little button on here, you guys, too. Okay, so we're going to do a black one. And then we'll do a white. I'm going to put a little knot in it. Yes, Sue, I know, right? Hello, Janet. And then I'm going to do a button. I want to see if the button works. This is a bigger hold button. Every once in a while, you may have to cut it at an angle so it threads a little better. Why not? We can use a button. Nobody's going to tell us we can't. And that won't go through just like that. Okay. And then we'll do another little black bead. I don't have very many Christmas colors. I guess I have to stock up, you guys. And then we're going to do a bell at the end of this one as well. Because I got plenty of those. think I even have a little heart in there too. So obviously you want to use Christmas type things, but I don't have many Christmas things right now. I need to look on Amazon and check it out though. That's a good idea, Kimmy. Give me a good idea. I better get started now. Okay, and then we're going to do this one. We're going to do the music note, the red bead, and then we'll go further down and do our red and green. So I'm going to go ahead and just tie this one. Almost done, guys, and then I'm going to show you what we have done. All right, so red bead. I am so glad that the weather held out today because it's been crazy. Like last night at midnight, it started storming here, like a huge storm. I walked out to my backyard today and there was debris in my backyard, like the hurricane just came through. You guys, my hands are very primitive right now. Oh. Come on there, get in there. All right, so I think we're gonna do one more knot. Mom, are you still here? I'm gonna call you after I'm done. My poor mother, I haven't really talked to her in a few days. It's been busy here at the house. I've been busy too. Okay. While I'm sitting here looking at this and getting this back put together, also I want to show you guys know you get a lot of coffee sleeves at Christmas time. You glue the bottom of this and you glue the back of this, and there's another little pocket for your stuff. For anything really. Look at it. It'll hold it. Robbie, you're just in time. We're gonna look at my little magnificent little thing today. Oh, I just kicked my beads. Okay, so imagine more Christmassy beads, but look at the little dangler. So you've got your little miniature ornament. It can be whatever. You guys have seen like the little red trucks. That would be really cute. Obviously it's Jesus's birthday, so we're going to put a cross on there. Christmas music, very classic. And we put a button on there and then the jingle bells. So that's our little thing. So I'm just going to clip it on the side so you guys can see. And Robbie, you get to see what it looks like. Okay, I'm using, this is just a little clip. I get a bunch of these at Hobby Lobby. And these are good for clipping things on your journal or in your journal, however you want. Okay, I'm going to clip it toward the back so you guys can see it for the sake of the live. Okay, so there is our Amazon mailer. It's not done, but it's going to be a lot cuter and put together soon. So there's our front. That was a napkin. And then we put our fabric on there. That was our Jubilee fabric. And then on the inside, you see, I would normally take that off, but it's fine if it's in there. And then there's our pages. So there's our little tag we made. And then there's a little vintage girl with our age tape. Sorry, I'm trying to do a good job. I was never good at this. There's a little bit more of our Christmas type colored paper, and then another little tag. More places for ephemera or whatever you have you. And then there's our other little tag that we made with the little dangling Santa. You love this, Kimmy? I'm so glad. I hope I made you proud. There's our Christmas card. You guys could even fill these up with pockets and Christmas cards, I'm telling you. There's our little gingerbread house and the joy. Thank you, Sue. Sorry, I forgot more for a second. And then this little baby I have to put behind this flap so you can put something in there, and then there's your little poinsettia hanging out. And then our little, let's see, I've kind of put some of these together, but there's our little, that's not glued down yet. There's our other card. And then that paper. And then there's a little bingo card. We'll probably put more stickers on there. And then there's our little gingerbread man on this. And our music notes. And then the last one we will finish putting together. I will try to put that together tonight for you guys. And I'm probably going to glue this bow down just a little bit, but I'm going to wait till I can Mod Podge Santa. This will be a little bit easier since it's not in the book, but that we got to make a pocket. Sorry, I got things falling out of here. And then our tag. And it's a labor of love, you guys, but it's so much fun when you get it. You love it, Robbie. I'm so glad. Look, there's our little doily with our gingerbread. We actually made this gingerbread for an ATC night. And then our recipe, our Christmas recipe, and then some more music, a little Santa list sheet, and more vintage paper. And then this is our other little side pocket with the little owl hanging out. Thank you, Karen. I will put all this together and probably make a video, hopefully by tomorrow. But you know what tomorrow is? Tomorrow's ATC Thursday. So any of you that don't know, and if you are new or watching the replay, we make ATC cards, artist trading cards. And here's a good one for you. We actually made an artist trading card that looks like a little gift bag with tissue hanging out. So I got this Rolodex not that long ago, and I'm using it to store all of my favorite cards. I usually keep one out of the whole pack. Obviously, this one is getting full. But if you're interested in learning more about ATCs, make sure you join me tomorrow. But other than that, Miss Kimmy, thank you for letting me go a little bit over. We obviously know that was not planned, but we will be praying for Miss Labriska and her family emergency and anybody else that needs prayers. Remember the reason for the season. And I hope you all enjoy the lovely event that we had today. And I hope you guys have a wonderful night. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.